What's poppin'? Brand new whip, just hopped in. What's poppin'? I can pass that like Stockton. Just joshing. I'ma spend this holiday locked in. My body got rid of them. Sports in the top 10. I can put the ball in the end zone, put it in the friend zone. Sound like an intro jet song, give me that tempo. Told Pooh he a fool. Told her don't let her friends know. In the Ville and I move like a dime. Eating fettuccine at Vincenzo's. Me and my amigos got that free on the West Coast. Yeah, I'm talking about dark hair, look like she go. She do. Hometown hero, feeling myself, can't my ego. She heard of my, she said, babe, does it? Certified, hang around dust and she learning my lingo. Back then, wasn't worried about me though. In the gym, trying to work on my free throw. Spending money at the club like Sam's. Yes, ma'am. She a little, but she don't put this on the ground. Little boys trying to diss on the ground. Hey, I can't switch on the fan. It's how I hit the switch on the fan. This where my head is. I feel resentment from every direction. Even some homies be wearing expressions. I be discouraged from sharing my blessings. We used to share a connection. Now it just feels like it's wearing and stretching. I'm getting real sick of taking advice from people that never could stare at reflections. Somewhere in there is a lesson. Y'all ain't involved and it's very depressing. I'm at the club with the basketball team. Me and the Cardinals are sharing.
The Staples Center, downtown Los Angeles, and the freeways of LA, all painting the picture just where we are tonight. Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you an exciting NBA basketball game. With David Aldridge on our sideline, and here with me, Greg Anthony and Steve Smith, this is Kevin Harlan. DA, it's all yours.
Kevin, thanks. Well, among the league's deadlier weapons now is the step-back jumper. Steph Curry said, "You're always in control of the situation with that move. It is pretty effective." Portland's Damian Lillard said, "It's a tough off-balance shot, so it takes a lot of work." But people around the league are putting in that work to become even more effective. Guys?
Thanks, David. Both teams tonight, Greg, love to push the ball up the floor, even off made shots.
You know, trying to find an opening before the half-court D can set up. I think you're going to see more and more of that every year.
I agree. Here's the starting group for Houston. Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. Robert Covington out there with P.J. Tucker. And it's House in at the small forward position. And for the Lakers, Green and LeBron at the 2 and the 3. JaVale McGee is out there with Davis. And it's Bradley in at the point. Tip-off goes to Houston. And here's Harden. Covington dishes to Tucker. Stolen by McGee. The drive by James. And he uses the glass on the layup. LeBron's got the first points up on the board tonight here for the Lakers. Now here's Westbrook. Pass to House. Fires from 14, and no good. Trying to use the glass.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
That one goes. Count it.
That's next-level stuff from AD. One of the great scorers in the game. He draws the eyes of the defense and locates the open man.
Here is House. And they call an illegal screen here.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
It's often a tough call that can go either way, but I agree with you on that one. Well, how can you not love the continued resurgence of JaVale McGee? There were some years where he was trying to figure it out. Now he's a big factor for this team at center.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
For some reason, blocking out has become a lost art, and that's the result you'll get.
Here is House. Passes to Covington. Shot, high post. And it's Anthony Davis with the rebound. You know, Smitty, the change for McGee's pretty simple. He got some direction on how to play. Now he does everything he can to play within himself.
Kevin, that has been a huge difference maker for JaVale McGee. And you know when he's focused, he can make an impact. Plays in short bursts, but very effective.
And it's the Rockets with the ball after LeBron's three-pointer that didn't go. Davis against Harden. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Los Angeles shooting their first free throw of the game right now.
One shot.
And that one misses.
One of the most productive all-around players in the game. AD has already accomplished a lot individually. Next, winning.
First make of the day should finally give them a little confidence.
For whatever reason, they came in a little tight tonight. That should loosen them up.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Outside Westbrook. Pass to House. Back to Westbrook. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Westbrook's got his second basket of the night.
And it's the fearlessness of Westbrook. It's really refreshing to watch. When he's deep inside, he just goes right at you.
Some changes for the Lakers. Dwight Howard's checked in for JaVale McGee. Caldwell Pope comes in for Danny Green. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Bradley. And a switch here also for Houston. Eric Gordon, he's checked in for Danuel House. Now here's Westbrook. We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. The teardrop falls in. Westbrook's got 6. And so James will bring it up for the Lakers. Here's Howard. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Howard really brings it on the offensive glass, using that wide wingspan to come up with those loose balls.
Here's Harden. Covington trying to break free. Harden's shot is good.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scorers.
And Davis gets it to go.
And loving the hustle here early. I mean, they struck first on the offensive glass.
Harden with it. And the jam by Harden.
Yeah, just constantly attacking the paint. Harden does not settle.
Los Angeles leading by 4. Here's Rondo. Trying to get open, it's Davis. Second chance shot. And Howard with the nice bucket inside. Howard's got his second basket.
Already, they piled up 8 second chance points.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets. Teams have dynasties. The 90s, Michael Jordan. We've seen it over the many decades. Over the next decade, though, who do you think's going to lead the pack there?
Ooh, that's a great question. You know, with the way Father Time is treating LeBron, you might have to wait and see, because he is still playing at such a high level. But, you know, obviously Giannis has got to be on the short list with the Bucks. For me, I really look at Luka in Dallas. I just feel like with Kristaps Porzingis, that duo could just be deadly with how the game is played. But don't sleep on the Celtics with Tatum and Brown and that group that they have, with the front office they have. Man, I think the league overall is going to be in great shape moving forward.
It sure seems that way. Some changes here for the Lakers. Markieff Morris is checked in for Davis, and Kyle Kuzma is subbed in for LeBron. Houston with a big group substitution here. Jeff Green is checked in for P.J. Tucker. Damari Carey comes in for Robert Covington. McLemore's checked in for James Harden. And it's Rivers in for Russell Westbrook. Now Kuzma. Jeff Green missing from long range.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Here's McLemore from down in the low post. It goes.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
Here's McLemore. When Kuzma first entered the league, the Lakers were a rebuilding team. Now, Greg, he's one of the more experienced pieces on this team.
Hold on! You got to buckle up on that one.
And Green getting off the floor there for the dunk. Really like watching him sky up for those.
Here's Kuzma. And it comes off the front of the rim.
Empty possession, and you don't want to miss these easy looks.
Now Rivers. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. And it's Gordon missing. It's stolen by Carroll. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. They get a hand on it. Rondo with it. Picked up by Rivers. Morris into the lane. Yep, it counts. Rockets trailed by 4. Gordon inside. Guarded by Kuzma. A beautiful reverse layup.
Man, he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
Morris, no good. 1 second left. No good on that one. The first quarter all wrapped up, and it's been an exciting game so far. Lakers ahead, leading by just 2. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. A little bit earlier, we had a chance to chat with Kyle Kuzma, who loves playing alongside so much talent.
You know, for me, it's super cool just to learn, sit back, watch, but also compete against these guys. You know, that's something that I want to do. So to be around those guys and, you know, be in the foxhole with those guys is, you know, it's pretty incredible.
Well, Kuzma, Greg, has certainly learned a lot, proficient at the offensive end, and adding more to his game every day.
Yeah, I mean, he's been focused on improving the defense and rebounding, and much of that is due to the players he's been surrounded by.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And what stands out to you from the Lakers in this one?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
And you know this, most of the time, offensive rebounds generate high percentage looks.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. Taking a look at Los Angeles. We've got Green. Markieff Morris is out there with Kyle Kuzma. Then there's Avery Grant. And it's Caruso in at the shooting guard position. First free throw is good.
Austin Rivers, the son of a famed player and basketball coach Doc, making an impact in this league with his overall play.
JaVale McGee's checked in for Kyle Kuzma. And a switch here also for Houston. House is checked in. That one drops. He ties it up. Greg, you're the all-time assist leader for the Big West Conference. In that frame, talk about some of the traits that make for a good floor general, a good point guard, a good facilitator.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you have to be a leader because that's what the position calls for. Unselfishness, instincts, that stuff matters. But ultimately, your teammates got to feel like you played for them. And that's when you have a chance as a team to be special.
I'm assuming you've always been like that. Am I correct?
No, that is not
really?
true.
Wow.
I evolved into a leader. In all seriousness, I think some guys are natural. Others, like myself, have to evolve into it. Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure. Rivers against Bradley. Got a hand on it.
You could just see the reach that Carroll has on that defensive play. Nice block.
And now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second quarter. And there's the pass to McLemore. Houston moving the ball around. Carroll kicks to Rivers. A miss that time would have put him up. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. Shoots it up. With the second effort. And it's in there. McGee's got 4 this quarter.
They continue to be outworked and outmuscled on the backboard.
Timeout called the Rockets. And Los Angeles with some changes. Smith comes in for JaVale McGee. And James subbed in for Markieff Morris. Houston with a big group substitution here. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Green. Robert Covington comes in for DeMar Carroll. James Harden, he's checked in for McLemore. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Rivers. House kicks it to Tucker. Another miss by Houston. Los Angeles leading by 4. The drive by LeBron. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. LeBron's got his second bucket tonight.
And defensively, they're on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Steve, one thing I always think of when I watch LeBron, how much fun it must be to be a teammate of his.
You know, Kevin, I wish I could have played with a guy like LeBron James. You get so many open looks and easy finishes with him on the court. One of the easiest superstars to play with, bar none.
Here is House. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. And that one, good. And here's Smith. Here's LeBron. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. And the Lakers lead by 4.
You know, he's had better starts, obviously, but he's shaking it off here in the second.
Here's Westbrook. Count the basket. Westbrook's got 8 points.
And I think the contact helps Westbrook. I mean, so competitive. This guy invites that dunk.
James. That one a little long. Houston's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. To the inside. And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
Go into the rack with energy. And the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, gotta chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
In a close game like this, everything has to be challenged and everything has to be earned.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, we all know that there are some people who dislike James Harden's style of play. They're bored watching him shoot free throws. He said, "I see how teams guard me and find ways to exploit it. I just outthink the game, and I'm faulted for it." Kevin, that may be, but it's hard to argue with the results. Back to you.
You're right, one of the top scorers in league history, David. Thanks for that report. And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. And a change for the Rockets. Gordon's checked in. Lakers have gone 5 of 12 from the field here in the second. A three from Morris. They get it back. Howard. Another shot. Eric Gordon grabs the board.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Oh, and the jam by Westbrook.
And you know Westbrook has an outstanding vertical. Once he gets to the launching pad, rim, beware.
Second shot opportunity. Here's Howard. Up and in on the layup. Howard's got the game tied up here for the Lakers.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Westbrook passes to Gordon. Kicks it to Harden. Over Davis. And it's Houston with another.
And Harden is a nightmare in the pick and roll. Just a clever combo guard who is completely unpredictable.
Morris into the lane. And Robert Covington picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. His shot was hindered by that momentous mobile one block.
And guys, that's about as good a defensive play as you'll see. Instant reaction to get a hand to the shot.
Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation. .110 left in the first half of basketball. Westbrook kicks to Gordon. Offline with his three.
All the time in the world to get that one off.
Here's Cook. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. On offense, here are the Rockets. They're on a 12-4 run. Gordon the pass to Westbrook. 41 seconds left in the first half. 6 to shoot. A shot by Harden. Wide open. Rebound the Lakers. Davis has got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Kuzma. It's rebounded by Houston. And it's the Rockets on the break. Westbrook leading the charge. Offensive rebound. Covington's shot is off.
I'll tell you what, I think he thought that was going in. I sure did.
Fades. Here's Davis. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
Rebounding, one skill we knew would transfer when AD went from college to the pros.
This is his second trip to the free throw line.
One shot.
And that drops, so they now lead by 1. Just 4 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. From deep, and that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Lakers lead by 1. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. AD, you see how they're playing you in the first half. What's the adjustment going to be?
So, we got to come out with a great intensity, and it starts in warm-up. So, we got to come out with a great intensity, great mindset, and try to go out there and win the third quarter.
I have never heard anyone say it starts in warm-ups until now. Thanks, AD. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks, welcome back. Ernie Johnson alongside the Jet. That's Kenny Smith. The Diesel, that's Shaquille O'Neal. A lot of big-time action so far in this one. A competitive matchup for the Lakers in the first quarter. At one stretch in the opening period, they built up an 8-point lead. They were outscored by just a bit in the second quarter as they go into the break now holding just a 1-point advantage. What you think, Kenny, about what we saw from the Lakers?
Well, they were determined to win the physical battle tonight. And if you look at the rebounding numbers, they are winning. Now, that's great. All of those bodies crashing on the boards, that's the physicality and the mental edge that you need in this game.
And Shaq, how'd you think the Rockets were playing?
They were really efficient, great approach offensively. Their shot selection was first rate. They were always working hard to get good looks. That can't change in the second half. They need to be just as well organized as they have been so far.
And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Russell Westbrook really making a difference here.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
He's been very effective on the move, forcing the action, getting to his spots, and finishing plays.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. So on the floor for Houston, Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. Robert Covington out there with P.J. Tucker. And it's House in at the three.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Westbrook against Bradley. That one's in there. The Lakers lead is cut down to a single point after the basket from Westbrook. Your son, Cole Gregg, was one of the top high school players in America. A lot of services had him #1. Talk about what it was like going through the recruiting process as a dad.
You know, it was fun for the most part because he really kind of kept everything in perspective. And the teams we dealt with, the schools we dealt with, man, they were all top-notch. So that process, about as enjoyable as one could ask for. But at the same time, it's still stressful, man. That's still your little guy getting ready to head off to college.
Well, you're a dad and a proud one at that. And so it's Davis. He'll bring the ball up for the Lakers. 3-point lead. Bradley. A second chance effort. And the layup good by McGee. McGee's got 4 points in the quarter.
Guys, they're just getting outworked. I mean, plain and simple. It's got to be more of a collective effort to secure that backboard.
And Covington with the basket on the assist from Tucker.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Listen, put the ball in the hands of your best scorers and let them go to work. Keep it simple.
And it's Davis missing. Rockets trail by 3. House kicks to Harden. Again, the miss by Harden.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
You know, to me, this is when you want to focus on creating for others. Give someone else a chance. It's called a teammate.
Steve, the days of Avery Bradley being a scorer are probably over. I mean, he scored in the mid-teens, we know that, but now I think they value his defense as much as his scoring.
You're right, Kevin. Avery Bradley will rely on his athleticism, especially to get to the rim to score. With his injuries and changing situation, the chances, they just haven't been there. But he's still an effective player. We just won't see his scoring outbursts as often.
Down low, Covington lays up and banks it in. 6 points for Robert Covington.
Love the attitude of Westbrook. Continues to improve at running the offense and finding ways to create opportunities for his teammates.
Green, no luck. Rockets trailed by 5. Looking to end his cold spell, and Harden lays it in. Harden's got 8.
Yeah, I love watching Harden be aggressive inside. One of the most efficient scorers in our game.
Los Angeles calls timeout.
And coach is looking to seize every advantage, maximize every possession.
Critical part of the game. You have to be flexible. You have to be able to adjust what you're doing.
some changes here for the Lakers. Markieff Morris is checked in for JaVale McGee. Caldwell Pope comes in for Green. And Cook subbed in for Bradley. Green is checked in for the Rockets. Gordon comes in for Danuel House. On its way from Caldwell Pope for 2. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Caldwell Pope. And now another look at that mobile one-block defensive performance.
Every basket's a big one in a tight game, and he is not about to give up an easy look.
Rockets trail by 3. And it's Kentavious Caldwell Pope with the foul. That's his first foul. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin. The Rockets last season traded Clint Capella for Robert Covington. The front office felt it was a move they had to make to go from good to great. And, of course, they certainly gave up size, but with Westbrook and Harden in the lineup, they needed more shooting, with open driving lanes to be at their best. And Covington provides that, along with great perimeter defense. Guys?
A team that's no stranger to bold moves. Thanks, David. And for Kentavious Caldwell Pope, he's best when he lets the game come to him, when he's not forcing shots, not making things tough on himself, not making tough passes. You know, Smitty, a simple approach does wonders for him.
Kevin, you applaud the maturity of KCP to realize that. He knew he needed to change his game to improve. Focusing on making the easy play has made him a very valuable member of this team.
That free throw good from Caldwell Pope.
Yeah, much improved foul shooter. KCP also starting to get to the line at a higher rate.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Damari Carroll's checked in for P.J. Tucker. Ben McLemore comes in for James Harden. And it's Rivers in for Russell Westbrook. And Caldwell Pope drops them both. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. LeBron against Gordon. Pass to McLemore. Can't tie it up as that one misses. Stolen by Rivers. To the middle. For the tie. And James pulls it down.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
That's in for his 5th make of the night. Now shooting at a 50% clip. 5 for 10.
I'll tell you, LeBron with the ball inside feels like a foregone conclusion.
Here's Rivers. Tries again. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Yeah, good job to take.
Folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Bucket is good. And now a 7-point Los Angeles lead.
All heart from Caldwell Pope there, using every ounce of strength to muscle that shot in.
Gordon kicks to Green. Here's Carroll. That one, no good. Good D by James. Pass to Cook. And here's Morris for 3. It's rebounded by Houston. Here's Rivers. Pass to Green. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Off the mark once again. Terrible quarter for him thus far.
Rockets trailed by 7. To the paint. And they cash in right away with the quick shot. And that's now 6 points for Jeff Green. Here's Davis. Off the left rim and out. Rocket shooting from the field, 44%, not bad. The pass to Carroll. Lets the three fly. The offensive rebound. McLemore uses the glass to finish the layup. Now just a three-point Laker lead.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
And I look back at his numbers from the free throw line last year, 78%, so not too bad.
That one is off. Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Howard's checked in for Anthony Davis. Kyle Kuzma comes in for James. Alex Caruso, he's checked in for Caldwell Pope. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Cook. Robert Covington's checked in for the Rockets. And the second free throw, good. And it's Gordon with the ball. He brings it up for Houston. 4-point game. Outside, Covington. From outside, off the mark. Out to the right wing. Here's Kuzma. Can't hit that one. The points coming in bunches as we wrap up the third quarter. It's been a good one. Los Angeles on top. They lead by 4. Live from the Staples Center, you're watching 2K Sports. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Execution. This is what you practice every day. These guys are professionals. Beautiful play.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Howard is out there with Kyle Kuzma. Then it's Rajon Rondo. Then it's Green. And it's Caruso in at the 2. That's the Laker 5. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Howard trying to free himself up. And that one's good. Caruso. Caruso's got his first bucket in this one. Rockets trail by 6. To McLemore. Passes it to Covington. And the layup's good off the glass.
All-out effort all the time. Covington was undrafted, and he's worked his way into NBA minutes.
Here's Rondo. It's rebounded by Houston.
Missed opportunity. It's a makeable shot for him. He just can't get it to go.
Gordon for 3. It doesn't go for him. So the Lakers will take it the other way. It's Kuzma penetrating. Off on the layup.
So frustrating when you can't get anything to go down as you're trying to help your team finish the job.
Here's Westbrook. They get it again. Off target at the rim. Los Angeles leading by 4. Here's Caruso. Goes back up. And Kuzma puts it in.
And at Kuzma's size, he could do more of this. Crash the offensive glass, keep the possession alive.
Timeout called, the Rockets. And the former Utah Ute, Kyle Kuzma, can play either forward spot. Has a good blend of Smitty of size and speed.
Yes, Kevin, but right now I prefer him at the 4. The reason why, he can stretch the floor, but he can attack a lot of those big forwards. And his shooting, it will get consistent as the years go on.
JaVale McGee's checked in for Los Angeles. Bradley comes in for Alex Caruso. The Rockets also changing it up. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Damari Carroll. Daniel House comes in for Gordon. And James Harden has subbed in for McLemore. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Mike D'Antoni was talking about with his team. He told his guys the inside game is working, so stick with it. That means posting, slashing, getting to the rim, whatever produces these high percentage looks. Kevin, back to you.
Here's Kuzma. Here's McGee. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. And the Lakers lead by 6.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count.
Westbrook passes to Covington. Feeds to Harden. Puts up a 3. Covington's shot is off.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Here's Green. Here's Kuzma. Shoots over Covington. The second effort. The shot's good from McGee. McGee's got the lead up to 8 now for the Lakers.
And how about the perseverance offensively? I mean, following up the missed shot, and that results in second and third opportunities.
No one near Westbrook as he lets it go.
He has gone ice cold this quarter, obviously not helping their cause.
The Rockets with another miss. Lakers leading by 8. McGee inside, guarded by Tucker. And for Houston, they're shooting under 40% all in all for the game. Harden, no good. And Los Angeles guys shooting the pedestrian 36% in the fourth quarter. The offense not doing their best work of late. And Bradley gets it to go.
Explosive athlete, Bradley challenges the interior of this defense, showing versatility on the offensive end.
It's Harden with the drive. McGee with the block. They recover it. Second shot opportunity. Covington's shot is off. The Lakers have gone 5 of 12 from the field entering the fourth quarter. Bradley, they grabbed their own miss.
Oh, big time put back there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. Harden with it. Now a timeout called by Houston. They're behind by 12. 1:58 left in the fourth quarter of this one. And now a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, JaVale McGee.
And his percentage from the field tonight seems almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
This is as good a game as we've seen him play. And this crowd can't get enough of it. When he explodes like this, it becomes a special atmosphere in here. .153 left in the fourth. Here's LeBron. Morris. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Lakers lead by 11.
Always better to be lucky than good when it comes to offensive rebounding. Unless you're as good as he is, then those tip-ins are all about skill.
Harden kicks to Covington. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Covington's got 9 points here in the second half. And it's Smith with the ball. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. They've held a 12-point lead earlier.
Yeah, well, he's going to have some explaining to do on the sideline about why he took that shot.
Low percentage chance. If it's not there, give up the rock. Trust your teammates.
Inside, Westbrook with the steal. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. And the jam by Harden.
Constant energy. Westbrook's effort on D leads to a hoop. You're not going to outwork this guy.
And the Lakers call time here. They're in front by 6. 1:12 left to play in the final quarter. Here's Smith. Here's LeBron. Good for his 6th make in a dozen attempts, shooting 50% with that basket.
Poor job defensively, failing to box out LeBron. You know he's going to find a way to stay active.
Shoots from the high post. Shot is good, and the Los Angeles leads cut down to 6 and the bucket from House. Lakers shooting the ball at 42%. Here's Caruso. And that one is good. Rockets shooting only 35% in the fourth quarter. The offense looking a little rickety. Here's Harden. That shot is in, just like 6 others have been for him. He's shooting 7 for 15.
And one of the most creative scorers the league has to offer. Harden specializes in sinking those tough shots.
And he commits the intentional foul. And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall.
And the defensive prowess of Howard is simply phenomenal. Not only a shot-blocking master, but his mere presence alone makes shooters incredibly nervous.
So he comes up empty, missing both. And the Rockets with possession here. They trail by 6. And Harden with the stuff.
And this is what great players do. Harden understanding how to deliver in a big moment.
And so they choose to intentionally foul. He hits the first one, and that puts them up by 5.
You know how accurate JR is from three. That's how relatively inaccurate he can be from the line sometimes.
Second one is good. Hitting both at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Good job. Want to keep fueling that lead. Make your free throws.
Timeout called the Rockets. They're down by 6. 29 seconds left in the fourth quarter. .26 seconds left in the fourth quarter. To the left side wing. Outside, House. Morris with the rebound. And Morris has got the ball here for Los Angeles. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. They get the rebound. It's good. And the Lakers lead by 8.
The indestructible one. LeBron brushing off contact for the easy deuce.
Back to Harden. No good with the triple. And so the Lakers take the win. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity, and this is what they came out to do.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Hey, thank you very much, Kevin. LeBron, it wasn't pretty, but a win's a win, I'm sure. So what do you take from a game like this?
You got to win all different type of ways. You know, you didn't play well offensively. It's an ugly game. The good teams find a way to get a game where you just don't play so well. And that's the defense I'll be talking about. You got to be able to defend when you don't make shots, and we didn't make no shots, but we defended.
And you hung your hat on the D, and it led to a W. Stop throwing out letters now. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, David Aldridge, Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.